Well, welcome back, everyone. You know, unless you've been living under a rock, you might have heard a few things about the presidential politics. So we've invited Dr. Bill Angel in, and we're going to be talking about Biden and Trump. So welcome, Bill.
Yeah, right.
All right, so the debate. Let's talk about the debate. Let's start there.
15 minutes in, I turned to my wife and I say, this isn't going well for the Democrats. I mean, Biden was stumbling, was gray-faced, he looked out of it, but as the debate wore on, he seemed to get better, but I mean, it just did not go well for Biden.
No, it didn't.
And Trump was smart enough to kind of let him unravel without really going after him too much, but also he was getting away with a lot of lying because Biden was not in a position to retaliate or to comment or to come back on him.
Yeah, I was reading an article where it just said, you know, the debate, it was like we had a liar and a sick man, you know, debating, and it was just kind of like, it was like, come on, America, we can do better. But it was, I know that they're not the most popular of candidates, you know, but that's what, right now, that's what we've got. Yeah. And just the fallout from the debate from both sides really has been tremendous, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's because on the one hand, you have Biden who seemed to be out of touch and frail and not very articulate. And then you had Trump, who was just most simply lie after lie after lie after lie, and there was no fact-checking going on. I mean, normally in these debates, the opponent is the one who does the fact-checking, and Biden was not in a position to even do that.
Right. I mean, it also was a different kind of debate as well for the first time where the mics were shut off, right?
Which I think was a good thing.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem to create the result the Democratic Party wanted when they decided to, first of all, have this debate in June, and second of all, to set the ground rules for it.
Yeah, now there's a lot of questions, obviously, about, from the Democrat side especially, of like what to do because of that kind of a disastrous performance, because it kind of is a performance, you know?
Yeah.
You know, when you're on a debate stage, you're performing, you know, for an audience that you're trying to get them to like you.
Well, I remember watching some of Biden's earlier debates before this, the last one last week. And when he was, for example, Paul Ryan, 2008, when Biden was running with Obama, I mean, he was really on top of things.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this is not the Biden that I've been seeing on television lately. Right. And I had a really a worried feeling that it was going to happen, and indeed it did. So, I mean, he's lost a step.
Yeah. I mean, I know that they were saying that he was sick and tired from doing all the travels, but, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, thing is, there's nothing that the Democratic Party can do at this point.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what's the next step?
There is no next step. I mean, Biden is the guy. I know there have been some reports that he's talked to somebody about stepping down, but I just don't think that can happen. Back in the day, you had an infrastructure, political infrastructure, where you could come together and choose a nominee at the convention. That's where it happened.
Yes.
The last time we did this was probably 1960, when Kennedy barely defeated Lyndon Johnson for the nomination. At the very last minute. It would have gone under ballot, but Bobby Kennedy rounded up some votes at the last minute.
Yeah.
We don't have that infrastructure anymore. We don't have anybody that can basically bring people together and choose a nominee. And I think that would be a disaster for the Democrats to do that.
Yeah, we were talking about the conventions earlier and how they've just become really just a pep rally, right?
That's what they are.
Yeah.
They are pretty much a pep rally. There may be some wrangling over the platform, some platform issues, but that's kind of goes behind the scenes, and it's not really as substantive as the big thing. Who's going to be the nominee?
Right.
But the Democrats do not have the political infrastructure, as I say, where you can actually get people together and decide, well, who are we going to go with now? Yeah. And that seems to me to be a bad choice. So it would also make the Democratic Party look weak and disorganized and incapable of running the country.
Yeah, so you have a forecast of what's going to happen?
I think Biden's going to end up being the nomination, and somehow he'll nurse his way through. Yeah. I'm not going to predict the outcome now, but we'll see how it happens.
All right, well, Bill, thank you so much for coming in today. I appreciate it.
Okay, you bet.
All right, well, don't go away, because medical news is coming up next.